In this video, we will talk about how to choose the right RAM and how to install it physically. And don't worry, I'm not diving too much into the tech, I'll keep it easy. Let's start with the first question, memory size. How much do I need? 8 GB for office stuff is completely enough. But for gaming though, 16 GB is the minimum. And 32 GB you should have if you have also a lot of program in the back, which is our heavy tasking. For example, you are also streaming while gaming. This is my old RAM kit. It was aesthetically good, beautiful. It had RGB, and more important, it was a fast RAM, 3600 MHz. The timing was good, CL17, and it had XMP. Yeah, I know, I promised you to keep it easy. But these we will check out now on the computer. While we're looking for it, we will learn from it. But before doing that, I want to point out something. I had these, I could have bought the same kit again and put 4 RAM sticks. But the problem was, I couldn't find the exact same RAM kit. And that's the point. If you upgrade your RAM kits, it should be the same timing, speed, or me personally, I would even say the same brand. It should be the exact same. But now, let's go to the action.
Let's start with the CPU. I'll take the i5-11400F. I know it's an older CPU, but there's something I'll point out later in the video, okay? But how to gather the information should be the same. Now, the i5-11400F. I'm not going too much into these specifications. I want to check out how to find out what's important for me. Memory specifications. Okay, let's see what this CPU can do. Max memory size, 128 gigabytes. Memory types, DDR4. I know we are at DDR5 already, but like I said, I'll come to that. And here we can see the speed, 3200. Now we got the idea. You can make notes if you want. Now let's do, okay, 11400F. I need a DDR4 kit with a speed of 2300. Like I said in the beginning, we want at least 16 gigabytes. And this is already something. There's something else that's called CL. And we want CL16. These are timings, okay? Less the number, better. Not just the speed, the timings are also important. There are kits which have CL17 or 18. Now here, let's check out these RAMs, for example, right? From PNY, 16 gigabyte, 3200 megahertz, CL16, and dual channel. That's the next point. You see, you have most of the time a kit, right? 2 RAM sticks, because you never do just 1 RAM stick or 3. You always do 2 or 4, so you can use the dual channel, which is much faster. The next point is also important. It's about to overclocking the RAM to get the speed in the first place. How it works, I'll show later, but first we'll need to check if this is supporting it, right? And for Intel, we need XMP. Boom, let's zoom in. Let's see about this item. Here you can see it, Intel XMP. Perfect, good. And for RGB, you can check out your main board, Asus Aura Sync, Gigabyte RGB Fusion, this and that, right? Now, the Intel XMP though works just with Intel. This speed and timing is also a good sweet spot for the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X, but the Intel XMP though just works with Intel. And that's the next point. Let's check out this RAM. And here you can see, for example, okay, he's just saying AMD optimized for AMD Ryzen. Okay, look, let's search quick. I use this website. This is a German website. Look at these filters, beautiful. But if you have a website where I can search it in the US market or in English, I would appreciate it if you tell me in the comments. But now, I'm coming back to you here. Okay, now let's zoom in. AMD Expo. Okay, that's the same with the XMP for Intel. Expo is for AMD. But in this case, Expo works on Intel though. But if you have an AMD CPU, be aware. Now the next point is motherboard. And that's the reason why I told you I will point out something. So this is just an example. This is a motherboard which fits with the CPU I showed you. We are not going too much to the details, but if you want to know in general how to build or budget or prepare a build, then tell me in the comments. But for now though, let's check out here. I want to see this. This motherboard supports DDR4 up to 9033. The CPU i5-11400F though could support 3200, and it's the sweet spot, right? And we want this speed, so we need to check out the motherboard too. I know a friend of mine came to me I have this CPU, it supports the speed, but I can't overclock it. Why is that? Yeah, because of the motherboard. And here, a better motherboard. You can see DDR4 go up to 5000 even, okay? I'm not recommending the CPU or motherboards. These are too old, but I wanted to point out these stuff. So if you gather your informations for your CPU or your builds, check out this. But let's say you have a pre-built PC and you want to check out your system specs. There is a program, HVinfo64. You get every information, the processor name, which motherboard you have, right? Anyway, the point is, with this program, you're getting your specs and information you need. What you can do, for example, is just Google i5 11400F RAM speed OC, for example, right? I'll use a Reddit one. Let's check it out. Okay, I use my RAM at 3200. Okay, good to know. Look at this guy. He says you have 3600. Interesting. He has two XMP profiles. Yeah, the first one is 3600. Doesn't work. PC doesn't boot. You see? Okay, then you know. 3000 megahertz does work, but as you understand, it's not quite what I would like to have. Of course, me personally, I have 3600 megahertz. I use the i5 12600KF. I'm not sure if I could go even up higher with the OC, but sometimes I mentioned it, right? Sweet spot. Don't spend too much on the RAM. This is why I'm talking about the sweet spot the whole time, right? Use your money instead for parts which have more impact of your gaming performance. I'll put you a list below with multiple CPUs and good RAM kits for them. Let's say we even got some. And now we will check out how to install them and also checking out how to use these XMP or overclocking profiles.
Okay guys, it sounds stupid, but you can see how I'm doing it on the table, not on a hard ground. I did it once on a hard ground. This was how I cracked my glass from my first PC case. Now let's go close. And here you're putting the RAM. Like I mentioned, 2 to getting dual channel. And here you're pressing this one and then it pops out. Boom. Boom. Okay. I changed my RAM kit, but I told you why, right? But if you just need to upgrade, then you just stick into it. And how we will stick it, you'll see now. Okay. The good thing is you can just stick it to one direction. So you can't do something wrong. Here. And you're doing a bit of pressure and it clicks. That's one stick. Not in the first channel, in the second one, and then the fourth one. For that, to get sure, you can check out the manuals of your motherboard. Boom, it clicked in. Nice. And that's it already. When I'm starting the computer, I'm pressing delete to get into the BIOS, like this. It could be a different button at your mainboard, but this you need to check out. Here you can see 2400 megahertz with the Kingston RAM, which I showed you in the beginning of the video. And you see XMP, Extreme Memory Profile, disabled. Okay, let's head to the advanced mode. Everybody is a bit different, but you should find something like this, XMP. And here you're taking profile 1, boom. And that's it already, 3600 CL17. The other timings doesn't matter so much. And that's that easy. Now save and exit, and you're good to go. A quick funny story in the end. This is my new RAM kit, and the funny part is, no, it's not wrong, but I was so blinded by the price, and the timing was good, the speed was good, but it's for AMD actually, AMD Expo. But like I mentioned, it also works for Intel, right? Now, let's go to the BIOS and enable this profile too, and how it looks like, and how it works like. And let's go to the BIOS, this time with a better camera. And, oh well, nice, it's already activated. DDR4 3600 CL16. That's it. I hope this video helped you. Don't miss upcoming videos, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. Speaking of which upcoming videos, check out these for essential gaming knowledge. Thanks for watching the whole video. Auf Wiedersehen.